person. Because people say Proverbs 21.
Sure.
You can bring that out. You read the precepts. Gary, that you are going on. There are so many aspects. See, we are bringing out a lot of aspects.
Oh, we're not free.
Of we are not free. We can go many ways. From entertainment to what you call it, civil service, to work, civil servant.
Yeah,
Even though it's, you know. So we're still in our captivity, as the scripture says, as the Lord has said. But the illusion that our people have, see them as celebrate Independence Day. That's an illusion. That's not freedom. Freedom, independent means not dependent on, not being ruled over by another. Yeah, go on up.
We're still ruled over by mother.
Yeah. You know, see it. You know, obvious. If you look up Jamaica, if you look up the definition for Jamaica right now, you're going to see Queen as the head of state. And even if a man is head of state,
IMF.
you have IMF, which is the real
master.
Slave master.
Hey,
Because everything, so like everything what the Jamaican government do financially right now, to service one of the several debts.
Yep.
what do you mean a reg group and we had this game like come a trivial question and Jamaica they come or whatever they call it today. They said let me pick Jamaica and there was a question, what type of rulership is Jamaica? Multiple choice. You have democracy, monarchy, dictatorship, and one other one remember what? Everybody pick democracy. And everybody gets it wrong.
Yeah,
Because there's a monarchy.
So they
Because push one thing, it's but in reality
Actually, another.
it's another.
Because what them do, if you look up, just Google Jamaica, it is there, Wikipedia, everybody have it. You're going to see the Queen as head of state, as the monarch, but by parliamentary reason, the democracy parliament, so-called democracy parliament. But it's really, that's why you have a governor general at the head, because the governor general is the representation of the Queen in Jamaica. But even if you remove him, that's what we really talk about. Even if you remove the Queen, like they said Barbados did, you still have the debt slavery. You have such a thing when they call debt slave. Brother, you can't touch upon it if you want. Financial slavery. Hey, read the precept back. Make the precept come on. Hear the scripture say.
21. It says
Proverbs.
It says Proverbs 22 verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
You have to analyze that, you have to look into that. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. If you borrow money from somebody,
Are them slave.
you are them slave because you are responsible by any means necessary for paying back your money.
And if you can't pay out their money, and guess look at it that way here. Money or physical cash is not the only currency. So if we decide, if you borrow, say borrow $100 from me, I say, boy, you know, say, I don't have $100 to give back. I tell you, say, hey, if it's quick, see that, do this to me, or do that for me. The fact say you have to go do it means say you're a servant. Therefore, you have a servant. Because in order to get release, you have to cover that in some way, shape, or form.
Why the so-called, the resorts, the backside, why them sell them out?
Yeah.
Those are collaterals for the debt.
Yes.
And them still can't pay for it, even though them sell all of those to the airport, the waterfronts, the backside, the ports. Even though them sell off all of them things there, them still can't pay back the debt.
Because the financial which debt?
The national debt for this a run.
All of this
It's called a national debt, $2.8 trillion in debt.
No.
You have it here, brother.
So pretty much, alright, let me show you how it goes. You have a documentary we always reference it because we used to watch it a lot. Name life and death. But the death as in
Hey, come up some more and somebody back him up.
Right?
Somebody come on the side and back him.
So it's a documentary
Yeah.
from
No, you stay with there, Zach.
Norman Manley, see it? Norman and Michael Manley, sorry, Michael Manley. When him turned Prime Minister under there, country didn't need resources. So in order to get resources, remember now, we fresh out of so-called independence. So as a country, we're not understanding, we're not nothing. So we need money, we can get in resources, we put in a production, so we can earn funds, and then we can start build up. IMF, link the IMF, them say, look here, them say, oh, we want a big loan with a long-term payment. Them said no, we're going to give a big loan with a short-term payment. Because if we give the long-term payment, that's beneficial to we. So he must say, but if we take the short-term loan, the big loan with the short-term payment, that's beneficial to me because by the time 1 3 or 4 months pass, then me I want to back in the same situation all over again because the interest will catch up on me and I got owe more than what me have to begin with. That's why in the same documentary them show you say, yo, a year is taking before him actually take the loan. I know when him take the loan, when them threaten him for one, after two, they care how much I explain to the Jamaican people what take place, they must say, yo, him might try to turn communist like Cuba and he might try to mash up the country.
And the people enforce him to do it.
See how the destabilization of the country with the show up, see?
The CIA sent Sierra down here with gun and all type of thing and start.
Destabilize
the country and give them an image of violence and all, and then investors start stay far. The middle class, them time it much easier for go foreign than now. So the middle whole are like most of Jamaica middle class society where they help sustain the economy, them fly go foreign. So we have a financial drain and we have a brain drain as well. So when people start, the people that are learning in the country start get educated and think we can have certain skills. And realize that out here now profit them, they know them do, fly go foreign. So we get a financial hit and we get a knowledge based hit as well. That's what they call it. Intellectual hit. So when they have all of the people who could have make money gone and the people who could have actually start think always to make money gone, what that left you with? Left you with, in a sense, the worst of the worst. So guess what now? You have to make the wood we have. How much progress you think you can make? There are a whole heap of mistake. People not much knowledge, you know. While them learn enough mistakes them for making, you know. So that set you back to the point where you do have the knowledge. You're so far down in the situation where it's hard to climb out back because you have to deal with all of the injuries.
Which year would it take a loan then?
I couldn't tell you, I don't remember.
How old them so long?
Yeah,
that loan, they alone.
What
do you think them always have to
pay off at one point, but based on it, alright. So this is it. When a loan they get paid off, I remember which year get paid off either, then they have to take back another loan because they already sell a lot of the resources will basically generate income for the country. So them, you know, one situation again.
Them take it and pay off the loan there, and then them have some things to do and say, shit, you know, pay off the loan. If we don't have the money, we can't do them something, so we have to take a next loan. And then the next one, they're more crafted than the one before. And so them just take a loan and take out loan, take out loan. So they might use loan as service loan. It's like you have a credit card. No, it's like you have a credit card. You pile up on you take a loan, pay off the credit card. No, you have a loan.
These are the years.
Saying a loan.
Jamaica,
exactly.
First one 63 months.
It says, Nehemiah chapter 5 verse 3. Some also there were that said, we have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses, that we may buy corn.
Exactly, so here we go. This time it talk about Israelites where basically lend to other Israelites. But the same thing the same concept applies. We as a country, we put on the line, we put the company, we have JPS, we put certain waterfront, certain resources, certain land and all them things. Like for example the highway them in Jamaica right. Not only them give Chinese land, them give them the land, them give them land and then they give them land to build the highway. And then the money where you have pay upon the toll and the money there is a small fraction of it, not the Jamaican government. The majority, like probably over 95%, this is just a guesstimation of a might, so you know, do the full research. But there's no say majority.
Alright, for the one we build the north-south highway, we build from Kingston to where you call the place there? Ochi. But I think a 50 years contract in there right now. We're trying to get back the money. 50 years. 50 years. Enough for we not live to see that.
But guess who fight about future generations? I'm going to have it to deal with.
After the 50 years, so Jamaica is supposed to get it. Go look at the history, you know. You have the one. You know, show you example. Alright, so you see the one where the bill by, I think it was one of the main countries where investing in was France. The VCR, the Vinci, whatever, I can't pronounce it. Vinci.
Oh, that's the Highway 2000.
Yeah, Highway 2000. No, man. The one with to go over Portmore, and you have one who got from
Coaching to have
no, another one. They want to go Clarendon. You see me? That right now, it was on a lease, I think 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. Where after 20 years, we will transition over to the Jamaican government. 10 years pass, and them say, yeah, one, we need this back. When I forget the money, we actually pay Vinci and I think a tree company mainly was shares in it. They have to go up on the stock exchange. And they have to sell the shares to private investors, so-called me and you, but who really bought it?
Yeah.
I think the regular people like me and you, is in companies, private companies.
So to have them frontmans, give them money to frontman and say, buy them.
So it's still no one by me and you. It's a trick.
So
and me, you pay the whole of the loan and the tax and everything.
It's a neocolonialism. It says the economic and political politics by which a great power indirectly maintains or extends its influence over other areas or people. So basically, over time, them big companies here, them big interests here, them have, and everything nowadays is contracts. There was we don't know how true it is, but even in one year when China come to Jamaica, they said the government signed one contract when a Mandarin and none of them don't read it. So basically, it's a couple of years what them say every Jamaican child born automatically owe $700,000 Jamaican dollars just by and that a couple of years.
Yeah, back when it come out it was $600.
So you know how much now? Way more than that.
And the GDP, basically the debt to income of the country raised since this year. Them come out and them publish it. Because big news and Nigel Clark live come and give big speech. You know, oh, we are doing this and we're doing that and we are progressing. Lie. Read the statistics. Go look it up yourself. Right. Just like how the whatever nigga in BOJ they come and say, oh, the Jamaican dollar would not slide again against the US dollar. Few months later. They lie. Them basically speak on this smooth sense. How the country is progressing. Show me the statistics.
Because if you don't have resources, it means you don't have collateral. If you don't have things where you can produce right. So if you don't have resources, then you can't have production. What?
It says because of the dirt, there were also that said we have borrowed money for the king's tribute.
Yeah, so basically the king nowadays will be IMF. And guess what? I know that's Jamaica. Every single country on the face of the planet right now, you know, debt where they can't pay. America, China, Russia, all of them in there. Every single
IMF.
IMF, World Bank and some other.
Right. But what takes place is this. See them, see that? Them grasses there.
Some of them.
And are those people wicked? Are those people China? They are also
Divided by the population of Jamaica.
Culture is just a word what people use nowadays. Culture just means culture. Jamaica is a culture. So we wouldn't shy away from using the word culture. But I'm part of one secret agenda. The majority of people.
It's a national debt.
Alright. Jamaica national debt 14 billion US.
Oh.
Right? 14 billion USD. When you convert that in a Jamaican dollar, 2.2 trillion 146 million 34,800.
Right, I mean the GDP, you know, once you say in a Ghana over right now. Because what took place with it, country like Panama, if you look up what going on Panama right now, destabilization. You know what going on Sri Lanka, right? Running for the president place and, you know, run things.
Some people think say, that stay Sri Lanka. Coming soon in this world.
What took place is that was one of the ones that failed first. Because them GDP,
meaning how much the company, how much the country bring in.
government across the world will come to
them are going to stop.
capture Jamaica and capture, take over, run till we can't
If you want.
Do you think so?
What, if the banks them are take over?
That you want?
Them already do that. Things like the World Economic Forum, that's why I say, that's why I say the UN. That's why I say the UN come and them and say, oh, universal basic income.
Going back into slavery.
Larry, that's different. That's a deeper.
Remember the preset them here?
They say slavery, Revelation 13. They're going to want
When I
modern
talk
slavery.
about it, they said we now go back into slavery. We come out of slavery long time.
Alright, somebody look up the word slavery.
And
this
then
is
so we
our
are
slave-
slavery is done. And we gain independence now.
Look here, one
And
sense.
we now go
Look
back
here,
in that
look here, look here.
We
Look
can't,
here.
you can't mix it with the people right now. Them are cussing slavery is done.
What is who is a slave?
Now,
No, someone who serves.
yes.
Once you provide a service,
We
you are one slave.
are slaves.
So that is so
Black
them
people
hold on.
generally
And this is based off the trick of the so-called white man. Because he used what happened to we as the brand and standard of slavery, so that nobody knows see that there are other forms of slavery. So once I say slavery, the first thing people think about shackles
Whip
and
and
chain,
lace.
whip, pass back, all them type of things there. There are different forms. What?
Revelation.
Yeah.
It's Revelation 13, we start at verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So this is what the global elite, them people there, a plan to do. And because every country in the land, every single one of them. And there's no way none of them pay it off. If them come together, they can't pay it off. Right? So I get to the point, everybody, in order for them to buy or sell, from the least rate, man needs to have a mark. And look at the word mark right in the Revelation. It's the Greek word karagma. Basically means imprinted stop. But then when we used to in chattel slavery, or even in ancient time, what them used to do to them slaves? They used to stamp them, the brand, exactly them have it, the brand and then brand them, which is a stamp. When I look into going at the word, the root word for karagma, it's the word karax, which basically means a peel or a stake or basically a sharp instrument. Right? And when
Why do the Americans call themselves African Americans? Why is that?
Hold on.
So you have a peel, karax going to peel or a stake, basically something where stop or even something that can even write. Because when you're going to the root word a karax, you have the word dropper, which means written information or instrument of writing. Once that the mark, the karagma, is the RFID this.
Biz.
And all your information is going to be written on it. Not physically where you can just look at home, you can see. No.
All your data, use
All
data.
your data are going to on it.
Alright, have a
In
link to
IT,
your data.
in IT, whenever you feed information to a server, them say you have to write it too. And then in order to pull information from it, you have to read it. That's why you have random access memory and read only memory and them type of thing there with an IT. Because our data is written and read. So if they want to know who you be, you have to read the information we're on the mark. If they want to give you a mark, you have to write the information on the mark. And once them go to boom and you have what? 666 Kai-Star stigma. The word stigma means puncture or incision. So that is going to be put in let me show you. Using a needle. So all your information, and if you don't have that mark, you can't buy nor sell or do anything in the society. Meaning, if you don't submit and show yourself to be a servant or a slave to the society, if you don't accept the slavery, then you cannot be a part of the society.
Hey, question, since you're on the topic, this is before or after the rapture?
Well, we're not really to the pre-rapture still. The Lord will come back and get an elect, right? However, if you ask because this
If this is before or after?
this is before. Because in the Revelation 3 and 10. The implementation of this is known as the hour of temptation. That means between you have to choose whether you can serve the Most High Yahweh and him son Yahweh Shai, or you have to crumble to the word to the so-called white man. That's Revelation 14 as well. They say, oh, they will worship this. What are the word worship? What?
Alright, so this is Revelation 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Meaning you keep the you hold there the words and the understanding of these scriptures and you hold fast to it and you deviate from it neither to the left nor to the right. What?
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So basically there's an hour of temptation. So if you really believe that the Lord will actually keep you in that time, because if you can't buy or sell, you can't eat food, you're going to basically be considered an enemy of the state, you're going to be persecuted, you're going to be seen as an enemy. So if you're whether you're going to hold fast and know, say, oh, you're not going to submit to this and trust in the Most High, or you're going to submit to it and be a slave of the system. Either or. So you have to trust in the Most High. Continue.
Right? It says, which shall come upon all the earth to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Which will come upon all the earth. In Revelation 13, he says he calls it all. So every single country of the fall is because guess what? Bankers them, put all of the country them in debt, and they must say, look here. We're going to remove borders, we're going to remove countries, everybody are going to become one. If you're going to be a part of the system, to be identified, you're going to have to submit by taking this mark.
Right, that's
Just like how every country follow the New World Order agenda now.
Right, the agenda 2020.
Yep, that's why you have the pandemic. Because the pandemic, where you previously come out, which was it was actually a test of compliance. You know what I mean? If you see how compliant you are, but your government is already sided with them. Your government is already full-fledged pushing the agenda of the Great Reset. You can look up the Great Reset or Agenda 2030. Same thing with Jamaica called Vision 2030. It's the same thing as Agenda 2030. You can look up the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which they plan, that whole goal or that whole agenda is to reduce the earth population to a controlled amount. The number of which they want is what? Below 500 million. The earth is what? 7.8 billion. Saying they want to reduce that below 500 million. So there's a leap up to a controllable amount. So as the scripture says, the devil come down until you have in great wrath. You have to understand who the devil is. You have to understand who your enemy is. Saying the enemy, we do this, we want to accomplish this New World Order agenda, is the so-called white man. And we have scriptures to actually, as reference, to actually show you that the devil is the so-called white man that is ruling now. But go ahead, Doc.
Them we worship the beats.
Yep.
When you look up the word, when you look up the word worship, we're going to give obeisance, meaning you bow before, or to kiss the hand. Ever hear what I'm saying? Kiss the ring of the king. Them actually, if you take that mark, that is you basically saying, look, we submit to you.
If you watch like medieval movies with kings and when they put that in it, it's like, let's say you have somebody that rebel. When them kiss the ring, they mean sorry, we done. You see me? No me now rebel no more. Or if them never want like accept the ruler, them put them through hardship. It's me until them, alright, kiss the ring me, alright that. Me accept you as the ruler.
or bend the knee.
Yeah, short precept. Exodus 21 and verse 1. I read it quick, I read to verse 6. It says, "No, these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them, which thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he come in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, and the wife and her children shall be her master, and he shall go out by himself." Verse 5, "And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master and my wife and my children, I will not go out free." Verse 6, "Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or onto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever."
Exactly. So, just like in the ancient world, to prove that, look, never serve forever, there was a process where you had to be pierced. But then it was the ear. But now, them are brand and pierced at the same time. Because the mark itself represents a brand. Really and truly, in order for you to get that mark, you need to be pierced.
one of the reasons why y'all get pierced as well, because within the time of servitude to your master, you get certain things like your woman, your children, certain benefits from serving your master, and that are the main reason why y'all got decide to serve him forever.
I don't want to lose the army, don't want to lose the army, the benefits.
Right, so the same thing with us now. Our servant, our master right now is Esau Edom, right? And because of how we get on this side, cars,
the flesh.
The flesh,
Master in the flesh.
Yeah, basically. So it's the same thing with us now. We are being taken out of this captivity. We are being pushed out by the Heavenly Father. But if we decide to want to stay within the captivity because of our body things, we just take the RFID microchip. You know?
So this is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God.
Exactly, so those who submit are get destroyed. And it's mentioned the word worship, which, you know, the Greek word here, proskuneo, and it says means to kiss. It says like a dog licking his master's hand. To kiss the hand towards one in token of reverence. Right? It also says in the New Testament, by kneeling or prostration to do homage, to make obeisance, meaning to kneel, whether in order to express respect or to make supplication, meaning to beg. That basically full on submit. As we give obeisance unto the Most High.
Yeah, but
we bow before him, and we have anything we need. We go to him that supplication, meaning so we blend to him.
It's not a black thing, but concerning the precept, what I want you understanding that we actually show is the time that is coming, which the hour of temptation, as the Bible refers to it as. There's a time period coming where you have to be concerned about. You know, once you look into things, and once you're actually prudent, you'd have a care or a look forward for actually how you're going to get delivered out of the things that will come. That is why we're out here, I tell you. When we mention the mark of the beast, it's not a gimmick. It's not a thing where we are trying to show, say, oh, we know this or we know that. We are telling you what come. We are telling you that because they want to implement the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, they might construct one famine. Then the famine we are going to make, the cause, when you say cause it all, both small and great, we cause them to beg, to kiss the ring, to submit to
yes.
You know what going to cause that? No, we already go through that. Yeah man, we already go through that. We already tell you what the we already go through Antichrist already. Then there's no the Antichrist. Then what we tell you, no, but I tell you, we go through this already with you. We go through, we show you that there are many Antichrists. We explain to you why there are many Antichrists. There's not a single person that, oh, this is the Antichrist.
So there's a category of people.
Right, we'll show you something. How you gonna escape what is coming upon the earth? The famine where them construct, then the unrest will come. We talk about unrest, meaning when the people start to burn down building, when they realize that the government lied to them, and when there is no food, then when all of them open, the money collapse, the money we have in your pocket where you spend, where you get paid, all of that are going to be useless. And when all of that get useless, your very hope what you have now shattered. There's no more. So we are trying to show you something. Then, and how to escape these things that is coming upon the earth. It's not just we out here trying to show. See me? So, the precept you have back.
Second is
Yeah.
So this is 2 Esdras 15, starter 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
The reason why we're going to debt earlier, monetary debt or financial debt or whatsoever, the reason why we're going to that, then these are mechanisms that the so-called white man developed to keep country in a subjection. When you owe somebody by whatever means necessary, you have to find a way to pay them back. But because then Jamaica, for example, owes so much money to the international bankers. You're talking about the IMF, you're talking about IDB. So them borrow money. The reason why they're in a debt with different entities them borrow money to pay back money. So it's a perpetual debt. So because of this debt slavery that them in, them have to submit to the call of the so-called white man. Whatever them ask, whatever them request. If them lend Jamaica money and say it have to spend this way, it have to spend this way. So the government might have something when you want to take care around this stuff because you want to fix poor people road, but you can't fix it because the money never lent to him to do that. So the reason why them sell out, they have certain resorts, sell out certain things, then because they have to finance the debt. So that debt where them have right now, I this way that come down to right now. One physical form of hardcore bandit. So right now you're under financial debt, so there's a hardcore bandit with a chip. What the chip, huh? With the chip. What the chip?
Yeah.
The NIDS platform is the NIDS framework is to lead and to capture your people, information and data to put it on this. Hold it up, hold this up, and this is how it go on. This is how it go link to the bank account. You see this? It's an example of somebody paying the chip. This is the world where they must create. The world where they must create. You just go your fly. If you don't comply, turn out the chip like that, your account, you can't spend the money. See? Right. What will precept? Read that.
Again, 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
So that's why we're telling you. The word prophecy means to say before. We're telling you these things before it happens. You know how we're telling people them say, this mark of the beast, RFID microchip is the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. The pandemic, we're going. They could test run with them have for 2 years straight, and them lock down the world for 2 years straight. You know how long we actually tell people about things like that. That at some point coming, people like us won't be on the street. Because guess what? This recently the UN, brother can find the article where the UN said anybody who speak any conspiracy theories, there's a war on conspiracy, so-called conspiracy theorists now. So people like us, they classify us as conspiracy theorists because we speak against the system. We speak against their agenda.
But the same chip, when I was speaking to my sister, she said the chip is just so you don't walk with money, you just spend it, not.
Anything that you want to believe?
It's just not, it's just who want it, just go get it.
And that is it for true. Who want it, go get it. That it only show you that you pick your side. So when
nobody can force everyone to put chip in there.
Well, we are going to see time, you know, time.
Nobody can force it, it's just
Which part there?
Cash?
Which part there?
Yeah, you
England.
must walk, can you just use that with us?
She'll call you and say, yo, did you remember something you did tell me? That's true. If she can call him that time, go on.
Which I will put in their mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Then Habakkuk 2, somebody can
Never heard it.
yeah, but read it. Read it. And then somebody will Habakkuk 2 and start at 1. Yeah, go on.
This is Ezekiel 2 and I'll start from verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand up on thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that speak unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are rebellious hosts, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them.
Yet shall they know that there have been a prophet among them. Let me explain that. Let me just to break it down. We're out here now in simple terms. We're out here now. Nobody don't want to hear it. And when the things about we say start to come to pass, them I say shit, them man did a prophet for true. So you know? No, she don't have to listen. The scripture say, what if some did not believe? Shall that make the faith of the Most High without effect? Or without effect, God forbid. So not because some not believe, it was actually set up that way. for some to believe. When scripture say, give me Isaiah 6 and 9, or 9 and 6. 6 and 9? Yeah, 6 and 9.
So this,
I'll show you why she can't see it and she will never see it. Read what you have.
so this is Isaiah 6. Yeah, selected. Isaiah 6 and verse 9. It says, and he said, go and tell this people.
Who the
here.
Lord speak? The Lord that speak. So if he says go, he might talk to an angel. Because an angel is the most I sent to the work. You want a thing, a business to get done, you send an angel. The scripture tell you that, so that's how it works. Go on up.
Right? Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
So you go here, you're not going to understand a damn thing.
See ye indeed, but perceive not.
So you're going to see and you're not going to actually understand either. You're not going to perceive what you see in front of you. People see the prophets. The only thing we is to them, that's just some mockery. That's all we is to them. You know what them do there, how them can't come off of the road. That's all of these conversations with them have. Some scan with some walk out of the road because they don't understand. Right? Go ahead, Doc.
Alright, he said, see indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of these people fat and make their ears heavy. Shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes,
blind
and
them.
hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
Yep.
This is
So the most I blind them can't see it. So your family, she can't see it. Once this precept or this prophecy fulfilled upon she can't see it. Most I blind her, man. And I see it with the majority of people. This people tell you, broad is the way. Why you think the way broad? Them blind. If them could have seen the real way, they would have followed it. But they never make that way. You know why? Because the vast majority of people won't repent. For them form of repentance is to go and turn Christian. And the Heavenly Father not deal with Christianity. See it? No, I'm not telling only for people that.
Me telling that, they don't want to hear it.
Precept
Matthew 13 and verse 9. It says, who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Yep.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Yep.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
And you know the mark of the beast is also a mystery. You know that, right? The mark of the beast is also a mystery. There's a time I walk with the sign. I walk with the sign through the park. And this lady, she called me with the sign. I say, you know, if you look on the sign, and she say, that's not the mark of the beast. And I said, okay, it's whatever you think it is. If you want to say it's under law, if you want to say whatever it is, you can hold that. But we know what it is. That's why it's a mystery, because a lot of people still confused about it. Right? But we know what it is. You see the scripture the brother read in a Revelation a while ago? When it says he casts it all about small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. That whole scripture, that whole verse from 16 to 17, I explain to you that them have put something underneath your skin and insert one chip in it. And we see that on TV, we see that. But, if you don't want it, then the scripture tell us, read the priest about it. Yeah man, just switch that one and then we go in it. Your life.
Well, you know, physically, the whole you make you take, you know. When you go make your life a living hell, just like when they have the truck. They say, oh, you know, can't go to work. Oh, you know, can't enter this building. So they make your life a living hell.
You remember you get locked out?
Sorry, you know.
You remember them locking out and you can't enter without the mask?
Alright.
And you can't go certain place without the vaccination?
Right.
I never say vaccination because I say it YouTube about the video. That's how them set it up. Huh?
I think by hand.
Yeah, the sanitizing. So these are methods of compliance that test to see how best they're going to comply. And you can see the majority of people are very compliant. Right?
In our Revelation 13 verse 15, you know, the scripture clearly say, yo, anybody when I worship his image, straight up 15, just read it, bro.
Alright, it's Revelation 13 and verse 15.